Alright, welcome back to another Mech Lab Monday. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Mudkip, also known as the Vulture Mark II. It's the MDD-KIIP, so the Pirate Mudkip. I mean, Pirate Vulture Mark II, which is why it's called the Mudkip. Yeah, I can't be the only one that sees Mudkip. So, anyway. The affinities are at 20, plus 1 evasion ignore, and plus 1 gunnery, which is amazing. At 40, plus 6 heat capacity and minus 5% heat generated, which helps offset the contraband fire control system, which increases weapon heat generated by 10%, so that at 40 you remove half of that penalty. At 40, you also get 50% crit resistance, so it's safer to bring ammo in the mech. Also at 40, you get plus 2 center torso accuracy and 15% stability damage, or minus 15% stability damage taken. Which, the center torso has a turret mount, so it makes the center torso very, very accurate. And then at 150, you get an additional minus 5% stability damage taken. So that's a total of minus 20% stability damage taken. And at 150, you also get an additional minus 5% heat generated, which at that point fully offsets the 10% from the contraband fire control system. So if you manage to max out the affinities on the Vulture Mark II Mudkip, the Pirate Vulture Mark II, you absolutely just get an amazing mech. Like, there's no downside at that point. So, let's get into it. Alright, so the first thing you'll probably notice is the Omni-Mech nature. It has some things built in, like an ultralight gyro, it's an Omni ultralight gyro, so an Omni-Mech that also has an ultralight gyro, which is cool. And unlike a regular ultralight that only has a 30 stability threshold, the Omni ultralight has a 35 threshold. So it still takes the extra 10% stability damage, but it's not nearly as bad as like a regular ultralight. It also has an XL engine, so if you lose a side torso, it explodes. The contraband fire control system makes this a really, really interesting mech. It's just a pirate fire control, targeting computer. So plus 1 accuracy, plus 1 evasion ignore, and plus 1 recoil with plus 10% weapon heat generated. So you want to put weapons that don't have any recoil, and then throw in any Mechwarrior that has military or ex-military, and it'll completely offset the recoil. So then the only downside to the fire control system is the weapon heat generation, which gets reduced, obviously, by the affinities. So once again, you can get to the point where there's no downside, because the affinities will also offset the 10% stability damage penalty from the ultralight gyro, and then increase it so it's negative 10% net. Very, very cool mech, very weird, interesting, and the combat computer also gives minus 5% weapon heat generated. So really, you only have to get to whatever it was, 40 or whatever, to completely offset the 10%. So that being said, my favorite way to build this is just slapping a bunch of SRMs in it. So yes, ideally you would probably want to use energy weapons so that the, whatever, and I put SRMs as well as a mask, and let's see, where is it? Mask, clan, and supercharger, because the 300, this doesn't actually change that, the 300 engine gives it a 4-6 movement, which is, not the fastest, but it's respectable for a heavy mech. But you have so much tonnage available that you might as well throw a mask and supercharger in it. So then it essentially becomes a 4-10, I believe, something like that. It gets pretty quick. Throw in some electronic warfare, and you have 3 hard points in the center torso. So I guess the supercharger kind of takes up a slot that could be used by a weapon with a turret mount, so never mind. we'll skip the supercharger. But I do like SRMs on it, so that's what I'm gonna do. Let's see, SRM Streak, SRM Streak, SRM 6, SRM 6, SRM 6s, SRM 6s. Yeah, I don't have enough to make it even, but you can see we're putting a lot of SRMs in this thing. Actually, we should probably put one of the streaks on the arm so that we're getting the most effectiveness out of the... Boom. Omnipod lower arm. Alright, and yeah, so one way that you can offset the ultralight gyro is by giving it a combat shield. So you give it Omni Hands, and you give it a combat shield wherever... Oh, that's right, equip shield. You give it a combat shield, so then it gains... Oh, never mind. I'm off. Yeah, the used to be way back, you got entrenched while walking with the combat shield. That was a long time ago. I'm losing my mind. No, that's the gyro now that gives you entrenched, which, yeah, you can't use anymore. So disregard everything I just said. Actually, I'll probably just edit it out. In any case, we've got a bunch of SRMs. We still have so much tonnage left, so we're going to absolutely... Wait, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12... and 13, 14. There's the 14 weapons we're allowed. Why does it say long range? This isn't long range at all. This is 360 meters. I mean, I guess 480 meters is okay. In any case, so we need ammo. We also need we have a radical double heatsink kit built in. I don't even think you can replace it, actually, can you? Proto? Or no, not Proto, there. Oh, you can, okay. But we don't need to. So our heat efficiency is absolutely garbage. Actually, wow, that's a lot of heat. Yeah, let's actually do a radical kit. Radical Protos. Oof. Alright. Are we going to have enough slots to do this? I mean, this is an extreme example of what I did in the playthrough that I was using this. No, we're not going to have the tonnage. Yeah, I didn't have this many. What did I do? Oh, man. It makes me kind of just want to reload the playthrough and before I stripped everything down for Mech Lab Monday and just look and see what I did again. But, yeah, so that's a lot of heat. It's the streaks, isn't it? 12 heat versus 11 heat? No, it's not the streaks. It's just the number of weapons. Okay. Well, I guess we'll drop a little bit of streak. Sure, something like that. So that gives us 4 slots and 6 tons. That should be plenty. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, and we need an exchanger. Let's see, which one's going to be more effective? Clan exchanger or... So clan exchanger is 8391. So that's a heat delta of overcooling by 8 versus exchanger double plus, which is overcooling by 6. But out of curiosity, if we just use the double heatsink kit, oh no, we're not gonna have the slots for it because double heatsinks take up 3 slots. I forgot about that. Yeah, there's no way. So it has to be Protos. For this many SRMs, it has to be Protos. But we're going to be dropping on a relatively low skull mission, so... There we go. Perfect. 8181. Actually, does the contraband already add? Is it 10% already added in? I'll have to see. We should be heat neutral unless that is an afterthought kind of thing. Well, I guess we could see by how much heat. 7, 12. So 12 heat. 81. 81 goes down to 73, so it's 8. Oh, because protos. Yeah, we're learning. We're gonna learn. And the exchanger, okay. So, SRM6 streak, 12 heat. So we're at 118, so this should go up to 130. And it goes up to 130. So yeah, it is not, I don't think, factoring in the 10% from the contraband fire control system or the 5% from the combat computer quirk. I think those are not being calculated. So we have to keep in mind we want to overcool a little bit. So now that we've experimented and figured that out, let's put all this back. It was the clan exchanger, it was the protos. Alright. I mean, honestly, that's fine. I mean, 10% would be an extra 8, then minus the 5%, so that'd be 4. So it would only be extra 4 heat. So, yeah, that's perfectly fine. We can add in Clan Pharaoh, which gives us even more tonnage. Maybe we can make the extra streaks work. Let's think about this. So there's no way for us to get more slots unless we drop the Omni lowers. This may be crazy. No, it is crazy. No, there's not enough heat. If it was a, 5 heat sink capacity or something like that, then yeah, but no, just 2 isn't going to be enough slots for using doubles. Double heat sinks just take up so many slots. In any case, what are we doing? We're putting in ammo. I think I'm actually going to drop the Clan Pharaoh. Because I think we need ammo, or we need slots more than we need tonnage. So, contraband fire control, right. We also need battle computers. There. So we need Artemis, because Artemis. We need, I do not have missile. We have heat. We have heat, which lets us drop, how many protos does that let us drop? 2? Whatever, we'll see. Battle computer tracking, battle computer short range, battle computer long range. Because remember, long range is not like long range weapons. It's between 180 and 270 with these weapons. So, yeah, we're going to be shooting at long range a lot. Extreme range, likewise, is between 270 and 360 is extreme range. So we want the long and extreme range because we're going to be shooting at those ranges going up there. Battle computer gunnery, battle computer criticals, and we still have 3 tons left. So let's drop the mask. Whatever. I don't know. I'm just seeing what we can do. But we don't need gunnery. This is plenty of accuracy. Plenty of accuracy. And it also increases our called shot location modifier by a lot. So the contraband fire control system doesn't give you any offensive push accuracy, but it just gives you accuracy. In any case, so these are going to be super accurate SRMs. And now we need ammunition. We have 16 streak. So remembering that streak only fire. Did I pass him? I passed him. SRM streak. There we go. So considering that streaks only fire when they're going to hit, that's 6, 12, 16, and each bin is 100 shots. So that's what? 16, 6, so about 6 shots per time. And that's 6 shots of all of them hitting. So honestly, a half ton in addition would probably be good, but we don't have a half ton, so we'll drop in 2 tons. The streaks will be able to start firing before the regular SRMs can. Now then, since we have Artemis, we bring Artemis. Go and toss that in the arm, because I like to live dangerously. So we have 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 38. So each bin is going to be just under 3 shots apiece. So that's 3, 6, 9 of Artemis, 1 of Acid, 1 of Deadfire, and 1 of Inferno. So we have a few cool tools. Oh, actually, instead of Inferno, we're going to bring Magpulse. Yeah. And then half ton of SRM counters, so that we can, if we're being shot from extreme range, we can switch our SRMs over to be AMS, basically. And that'll be cool for the first round or two, while we close distance. And so that means we need to come up with 1.87 tons. Alright, How do we come up with 1.9? I mean, we could throw in 0.8 tons worth of patchwork and then drop a ton of armor. We would need 3 more slots to use Pharaoh. Yeah, I don't know. Or alternatively, we could build a stealth build. But, nah. We'll have fun with this, because it has built-in case, and whatever. It's whatever. Alright. So, we are going to drop 6, 12. I mean, honestly, if we drop the SRM4, we're good. The SRM4 streak. Like, that's literally all the tonnage we need. But then we're shooting 4 less missiles, which is 32 less damage. I don't like that. So I think what we're going to do instead... Oh, we don't have... I was going to say we're going to replace an SRM6 with an SRM4 streak, but we don't have an SRM4 streak. Actually, it would also be good for our heat management. Wait a second. Out of curiosity, with the battle computer heat and the battle computer... No, that won't work. And it's too heavy. Okay. I was just trying to see if it's actually practical to use the radical heatsink kit, the double heatsink instead of protos. But no, protos it is. And I think we had 1. 82, 79, 82, and then that probably isn't calculated in, and that probably isn't calculated in, so it's probably actually going to be 86-ish. So heat delta of 7 if we fire everything, but you have to keep in mind the streaks only generate heat if they hit, otherwise they don't fire. So, yeah, what are we going to do? I mean, it's 20, 32, 38. I mean, if we drop an SRM4, just SRM4, that fixes our heat problems completely. And we're still firing a ton of missiles. And now we have the ability to just drop in Patchwork. Where is it? Where is it? Patchwork, Patchwork. Am I blind? Did I scroll past it? No, I didn't. It was before cooling. Okay. So we'll just drop in some Patchwork and 0.07. There we go. Alright, so that's a mech. Now we just need to put some stuff in the cockpit and call it a build, call it a day. So we are going to drop in, obviously not tracker sensors, because we want to get in close. And even though the short range penalty is only going to be less than 90 meters, we kind of want to get in behind people and get close. So less than 90 meters is actually where we want to be. So we don't want tracker sensors. Oh, we don't have any ECM. Who cares? We'll just throw in, where is it? Where is it? Ah, there we go. AR-24 or AR-12. Shield of 1, reduces... Oh, we already have the clan need to... Okay. We do have it. Alright. We're going to drop it over here. So that means we can use... Sensor Advanced Jammer doesn't work with the Nova Clan EWS because they're both ECM. But the... Where is it? Actually, the 20% range increase would actually be kind of serious. Like, it would help us get closer. I mean, that would be an extra 72 range. And that would be an extra almost 100 meters. So, I'm actually kind of thinking missile range. I mean, yeah. Maybe. Or do we just go with... Don't I have sniper or... Yeah, sniper and recon. Which one gives a penalty of 1, bonus of 2, or counters ECM stealth by 1, bonus of 1, ECM check 2. I mean, yeah, sure. Oh, active probe's already installed. So it is sniper sensors. That's the one that you can use with the electronic warfare suite. And then, since we're going to be in close, so we're going to throw in IFF jammer because, yeah, we don't want to get hit. We are not super durable. Enhanced imaging because if you got it, might as well use it. And life support, we're going to use... Well, I would use piloting A and B, but I decided not to run the mask after all. So I guess it's going to be gunnery A and B. I don't have gunnery A and B. I only have gunnery B. Okay. So be it. So be it. In any case, this is close to what I built, sort of. I didn't use all the battle computers for whenever I was actually playing this on my playthrough, and I built it relatively like early mid game, so I didn't have like enhanced imaging and stuff. I just kind of put it together on the fly, but it worked really well. So let's see if it really needs the mask or if it's fine without the mask.
Ready for orders.
Alright, and this is actually the Mechwarrior I had piloting the Vulture Mark II. So, again, I had a mask to help with it, but you want to get in close, so I tossed in the +1, or the mobility, and obviously with a bunch of SRMs like that, you want crits. So, Bandit, and then if you're going to be going fast enough, you want escapists, but if you're not going to be reaching the 6+ very easily, then you want to go with awareness. And then, throw in mobility so you can get in close faster and keep flanking and getting around behind, because this is 100%, this is a backstabber. So, that being said, let's drop into a mission and backstab some enemies. You know what? Let's try it. Let's try it. Alright. Time to find out whether or not the build works if you swap out the mask for battle computers.
Command interface initiated.
Also, we're against an elite lance. What's going on? Okay. That was weird. I guess it was just loading all the buildings. Okay, they seem to be over here somewhere, so let's start way over here. Yeah. Just as far away as possible and hope that they don't have tons of LRMs and mortars.
Ready for action, Commander. Okay. Stay frosty.
And the reason we wanted to drop so far away, despite being a super short-range mech, is because we have the mobility... Wait, what? You can't use it outside of combat? Since when? Okay, lesson learned. You cannot use mobility outside of combat anymore. Alright. In any case, we also need to put the streaks behind the regular SRMs. Because, if we're hitting with specialty ammunition, it's going to be doing more damage, shredding armor, whatever. And so it's important that you do the high damage instances first, and then the lower damage instances later. Don't disable, move it down. So yeah, now I know you can no longer start proccing mobility before the combat starts. That's really interesting. I'm curious if on missions like blackouts or whatever, if you're able to use it between fights, like after the mission has started and you fought the first time. I'm curious if you're able to start activating it again before you get back into combat. Where are they? Okay, well, yeah, whatever. Let's go.
Understood. Moving fast.
So we have the AMS SRMs in case they start shooting. If they start shooting LRMs or whatever at us, that's a locust. Isn't this a 2.5 skull mission against an elite lance? Why are they in light mechs? Am I missing something here?
I've got eyes on hostiles.
Ah, okay. Reinforcements, got it. It's weird there's reinforcements when I'm dropping a single mech, but hey, whatever. Okay, that's what I was expecting to see. That's a Timberwolf there. So since I'm a short-range mech, I do not want to run straight at them and let them shoot
Waiting
me.
for orders.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run off here. I don't want to face away from them and get my back open, but yeah, I'm going to make an evasive maneuver to break line of sight until they get close enough, and my AMS will protect me from indirect fire. And it'll also give me time to, proc my mobility more as I evade them. Yep, that's the Timberwolf firing its LRMs at me. And obviously, it's fine if you use the AMS missiles on indirect fire, Because when you're able to get direct line of sight, you generally want to be shooting something. And unless they've changed it, when you run out of AMS missiles, it jams your SRMs for 1 turn. So, like, you have to take a turn to switch off of AMS and onto
Commander.
whatever. So, I'm going to start running... I think I'm going to start running over this way. Okay, does that go through? No, that does not go through. Oof. That does. Okay. Yeah, so I am going to start running this way. Try to kill the fire starter in 1 alpha strike, and then start dealing with other people once they have line of sight. So I've got 19 SRM, anti-missile SRMs left. Alright. Fire starter, doing nothing.
Damage is light.
And you can see none of their missiles have gotten through because I have so many SRMs using the AMS SRM ammo. That's a Marauder 2C. That's bad.
Reporting heavy damage.
Okay, so how do I break line of sight when they're on top of a building?
Commander.
On the bright side, mobility's ready again. Was it last turn? I didn't pay enough attention. In any case, yeah, so maybe it's just when you run out of ammo now? I don't know. I don't think I'm going to need all of this to kill him. So I'm actually going to leave the SRM-4 on AMS. I'm going to get some evasion. No, I'm trying to go through here. I want 4 evasion. Okay. I can shoot at him. I'll be leaving my back open to the fire starter.
Confirmed.
But I'm more worried about that Marauder. So, acid, we have a 36% chance. 46 for the ones that are in the center torso with the weapon mount. Or we can go Artemis. Oh, wow, that's a Pirate Marauder 2C. Okay. You know, let's go Acid. Try to melt through it and get as much stacked up, and then next turn we'll use the Artemis to try to destroy it. Assuming we get it next turn. Also, I was thinking that the missiles would stray enough to knock the building out, but, no, they didn't. Honestly, since I'm solo dropping, I might have actually been better off taking Phantom Mech instead of Mobility. But, And he's jumping again. Ouch. That's a lot of
My armor's
damage.
getting stripped off.
And now I'm unsteady for everyone else.
Orders.
Oh, nope. Okay, I gotta walk it off. So, I could Vigilance. I think I'm going to. Well, then again, how bad is he? He's pretty bad off. But I want to get more than 2 evasions, so I am going to Vigilance. I'm going to get into his back. And does Acid have a chance of jamming your SRMs now? Why are they jamming? Huh. Weird. In any case. Yeah, that's odd. Whatever. So I guess I'll just use the ones that aren't jammed. Deadfire is at 86, so we are going to use Deadfire. And hope that without the 2 SRM6s... So we didn't lose anything, right? We didn't get crit out, we didn't get destroyed, nothing. Yeah, no. That's weird. But like I said, whenever you use AMS SRM ammo, sometimes it does weird jamming stuff. So. Oh, right.
That hit something.
I was gonna do an offensive push. Ah, jeez. Yeah, if I had gone offensive push, I would have clustered a lot better on the center torso. Usually, offensive push or targeting a location don't work very well with missile weapons like MRMs, LRMs, ATMs. But SRMs, since there's so few missiles per weapon system, it's the first missile of every weapon system has that percentage chance to hit the location. Which is why the battle computers were actually really good. But I'll show you that on a different target. This one I need to just kill now. That's been enough messing around. Then again, I could break line of sight, because he can't jump whenever he stands up from being on the ground. So I'm going to do that.
Roger that.
And take down the fire starter. But yeah, you can see the accuracy is insane. Like, Artemis is at a 94. And he does not have nearly enough armor to warrant using Deadfire, I don't think. I think I'm just going to use Artemis. Because I have 300 rounds of Artemis. And only 70 rounds of Deadfire. But this should be a kill. Yeah.
Mech destroyed.
I love SRM spam. Laser spam, SRM spam. Like, honestly, just all the using small weapon systems in mass is just so fun. I mean, there's definitely a place for Gauss rifles and PPCs and ultra autocannons and stuff too, but just having a ton of little weapons is fun. There's some people that like to see big numbers, and there's some people that just like to see lots of little numbers. Whoa. Machine guns that do 8 damage?
Barely hit, Commander.
What? Alright, so the Marauder 2C's hot, he just stood up, and he is able to jump after. Okay. I didn't know. For some reason, I thought you can't jump after you stand up. Well, he's about to fall down again. I am a little worried about the Timberwolf. Ow. I should have killed the Marauder when I had the chance.
Structure damage.
Oof. Well, both of his Ultra Autocannon 10s are jammed. Okay, I don't know. Maybe it was the small pulse lasers, but
Yes, Commander.
for whatever reason, that Bailey armored car did a lot of damage. I think I'm actually gonna just disengage until I get a chance to go into his back again, because, I mean, he's jammed out and his back is open. But this Timberwolf is fresh, so I'm absolutely going to use acid on him for the first turn. And then if he doesn't die from the acid and the streaks, which unless he has an ammo explosion he probably won't, then the second round I'll follow up with Deadfire. Alright. And there's a chance we blow up the generator behind him. Wait, what?
Target eliminated.
Okay, we're gonna check the combat log on that one. I mean, he had case. Okay. We'll wait till it's my turn to act again.
Oh, it's on now.
And I'm about to be knocked unsteady. I should not have sprinted without vigilance. But it's a locust. Like, is he running away? He's running away. Okay. There goes the Marauder jumping again. Does not have an angle on me this time. Alright, so now let's look and see what happened to that Timberwolf. Alright. Timberwolf. He was guarded with 20% damage reduction. So acid melted through his armor. Applied 22 stacks, another 10, another 12, another 10, another 12. So that's a lot of stacks of acid. And destroyed the engine, it looks like. Yeah. Critted out the engine. Cool.
Ready for orders.
And now I'll use Vigilance to drop my stability damage. Use the mobility speed to get behind the Marauder again. And yeah. Do I go Artemis or do I go Deadfire? Because he's already open, so if I use acid, it'll do reduced damage. 10% better hit chance versus 50% more damage. I will definitely go Deadfire. And I'll actually even, since there don't seem to be more missiles coming at me. I mean, yeah, there don't seem to be more missiles coming at me, so this should be a kill. Yeah.
Hostile removed.
But yeah, mobility is definitely a lot better when you have a mask or a supercharger or both. Definitely, definitely not as fast and as evasive as whenever you have those. Because the multiplier, the mobility, the walk mobility, let me try this again. The mobility walk increase of 1 hex is only 1 hex of move and 1.5 hexes of sprint. So depending on what step you're on, the rounding will either be, you know, up. So you'll basically you get 1 sprint every other time you use mobility, and the other half the time you get 2 sprint. Unless you're using a mask or a supercharger, in which case every time you use mobility, you get 1 move, 2 sprint. And every time you get, if you're using a supercharger and a mask with mobility, then every time you use mobility, you get 2.5 sprint. Or something like that.
Standing by.
You can get some pretty interesting, all that we have left is a light vehicle and a light mech. So
Got it.
let's use offensive push and show off what clustering does against a target that's gonna die anyway. So Locust, super evasive. We're definitely using Artemis. Just cutting straight through that evasion. Look at that. On a Locust that's been sprinting around. Right, so we are going to aim center torso with a 27% chance to hit from the side.
Hostile eliminated.
I mean, close enough. Right arm, right leg. We were firing from the right. It's fine. It's whatever. Just take my word for it. If you remember to use offensive push when you're behind a fresh, heavy, or assault mech and aim for center torso, an SRM swarm is actually really effective at getting those kills easily. How dare you destroy my shoulder?
Damage critical. Mechwarrior. Show 'em what you got.
So yeah, 2.5 skull against an elite lance, and we lost a shoulder and upper arm, and as long as we twist, we're still fresh on the other side. Nope. I was about to say there goes the arm, but no, actually.
Minor damage. Aye, aye.
And he's not very evasive at all. So he doesn't have much armor either. Yeah. And I forgot to use mobility, but it doesn't matter because he's the last one.
Enemy vehicle destroyed. Waiting for orders.
And since I forgot to go over it before the mission, Wraith's quirks are athletic, which doesn't, I mean, it's always good. Command experience, which is always good, especially if you're going to be using vigilance and offensive push a lot. Lucky, which, I mean, it's good for clustering. If you're using any kind of missile swarm or any kind of spam build, Lucky is always good, or if you have jam chance. Mechwarrior, which, I mean, initiative is always nice, and military, like I said, is the most important part, because you have to offset the recoil from the contraband fire control system somehow. And then Slayer's Gladiator, which didn't matter at all. So, that being said, I'm about to cut over to the mech lab in the playthrough that I actually used the mech to show you what naturally evolved over the course of my playthrough. Alright, so this is actually the build that I used in my actual playthrough. So, you'll see that Okay, let me rewind a little bit. This started off as an SRM-6 and machine gun inner sphere mech. And I got a hold of the battle computer criticals early on in the playthrough. Tossed the mask in to really help it close distance. And then as I got other battle computers, and as I got clan equipment, I just built on it until the point where it became this. Which you can see is not too terribly different from the build that I did on the solo drop. But the machine guns, they're not as effective as a solo drop, which is the reason I didn't do them for the Mech Lab Monday, official Mech Lab Monday thing. But they're very effective when you have other units that can open enemies up, as well as dropping a bunch of acid or deadfire or whatever. This, you'll notice it has the battle computer Artemis 4, but it only has one bin of Artemis 4 ammo. That's because I actually only had one bin of Artemis 4 ammo at the point of this save. Right before I started the Mech Lab Monday series with this playthrough, I had actually just gotten a triple stack of Artemis 4 SRM ammo, and I was so excited to put it in. And then I decided to start a new playthrough and do it on YouTube instead of just continuing this one. In any case, the idea was pretty much I started off with some SRMs and machine guns and just started building from there. The mask came whenever, I had trouble getting in close, and then I was taking too much damage, so I dropped in hardened armor, which at the time I dropped it in, I don't know if this is still the case, I'm pretty sure they fixed it by now, but at the time, the walk distance reduction from the hardened armor did not actually change your sprinting. it still says that in the mech lab, but I think they changed it. Whenever I was doing my mobility experiments, it looked like they had fixed it, where it actually does reduce your sprint. But in any case, the reduced walk distance was offset easily by the mask, and it gave it enough armor, because hardened armor, it actually has double the armor that's listed here. And with so many light weapon systems, the machine guns and the SRMs, the clan SRMs, I was able to drop in the hardened armor and give it a lot more staying power. So you'll see the legs, they still have the same 150, except the arms also have 150. The head has 50 instead of 45. The side torsos have 130, and again, this is because the hardened armor doubles it when you drop into a mission. It doubles the value. And then the center torso has 300 armor. So this thing's, it's basically a quick little heavy mech that runs in and backstabs people, that also has as much armor as a smaller assault mech. It was very effective. It was very, very effective. Yeah, and I did not use any of the specialty sensors. I used the piloting support A and B to use the mask better. And yeah, so here you go. This is the actual legitimate build that I used in my playthrough. The advanced optics was because I did not have the IFF jammer. And yeah, I just basically, I had extra advanced optics Mark IIIs, and I was like, yeah, sure, I'll give the Mudkip night vision. Why not? And yeah, so. Oh, also the Inferno ammo. I did not have Inferno ammo, so I just had 2 bins of Mag Pulse on the Mudkip. But yeah, this is just over the course of a playthrough. Builds just kind of develop, and yeah, is what it is. And I did use the Radical Proto kit here, so yeah, that was your Mech Lab Monday episode. I'm sorry if it was more rambly than usual. I'm doing my best, so. Hope you had a good time. Hope you enjoyed the video, maybe learned a little something, or just got some crazy ideas off it. But regardless, until next time, I hope you have a good one.